4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Alright everybody, welcome back. It's Plugged Assassin. Today we're going to go over a few different things. Starting with some patch notes and some new weapon releases and whatnot. So, there's been some talk on their Reddit page about the pre-patch notes for patch 0.9. But they've also released a lot of cool content. One of the biggest things that they released to me as a player is they went through and they told everybody, hey, we're getting an anti-cheat system, and that they're going to implement it partially and then whatnot. So right here, this is a picture of the new nod system that's coming out. So before they had a monocle system, it was a single night vision, so half of your screen was blacked out. And this is a multi-lensed night vision system. So it gives you a panoramic view. So you're not stuck in a, I don't know, how do you say it, classic night vision look. They've also released the pictures of this new Aimpoint site, which is a US military site. It's a can't remember what they're called. M65 Aimpoint or M85, something like that. We also have got the new SKS stock with a semi-pistol grip. They also had another stock which looked like the Tapco stock, which is an M4 variant. It's got a collapsible butt stock pistol grip. The ability to put forward grips on it. If anybody played PUBG, it's the stock that the SKS uses in that game. It's a Tapco stock. That's what else they got. So right here is one of the, I believe this is a 5.56, but it's also going to be most likely for 5.45 as well. Muzzle brake. It's not a flash hider, just a muzzle brake / compensator. They released a couple images for the new hand grips. I expect that this hand grip here is either going to be an additional one to put on for the AS-Val or the VSS Venturas. Also, maybe possible the AKs. They're showing a couple of the new forward grips, which this is just a standard. It's just a standard grip, but that's with M-lock capabilities. And then another hollowed out frontal grip. Then they've got this fancy like partial slider grip, which just stops your fingers from sliding forward when you are reaching out. So maybe that one can go on the SKS. I'm not really sure. Because that one's meant for a very short Picatinny rail system. This looks like an MPX MP5 variant muzzle brake there. This is a 7.62 muzzle brake as well as a 5.56 muzzle brake. That's a very common modern muzzle brake that they have here. This is what everybody should be hype about, like the 100 to 150 round drums for the AKs. Like, we don't have drum mags, and we haven't had them. Just the M4s had them, and we didn't. So that was something nice to see for me, because what's going to come next from this style of drum mag is that you're also going to have the 25 round drum mag, because it uses the exact same modeling of this model here for the shotguns. So our Segas, anybody who runs a Sega, should be getting kind of hyped, because then, you know, this modeling here can be easily transitioned into making the Sega 25 rounder. Or even if they implement like the AA-12 or the US AS-12, you know, multiple different types of that we got a brand new weapon coming. It's a new DMR. It's the SA-58. It's a modern version of the FAL, because the FAL is outdated. It doesn't have much you can do to it, but the things that I like from this video here of watching it being put together is that if you noticed, they added a barrel. So unlike the AKs where they're all stock, and outside of the M1A, all your other DMRs are stock barrel lengths. You can't change them and adjust them. This one has a barrel swap very similar to the M1A. So if you want to make a DMR version for long range shooting, for like shoreline and stuff, you can get that. They have it on there. They also showed these animations here, so to give us a glimpse of, okay, what are the drinking animations going to be and what are the bandaging animations going to be. We have this animation here, which is you're unscrewing the lid, taking a drink and putting it down. So now there's no more drinking a bottle and getting straight into a gunfight and, you know, not worrying about yourself. Those are some rather unique things, in my opinion, to be coming to this patch. They're showing the work that they're putting in. They're bringing in a new weapon. I would prefer, if they're going to do another patch and another wipe, they drop in like 5 or 6 weapons, but we're getting a lot of different attachments, more shit to cluster up the traders, in my opinion, as of right now. Yeah, so they're going to be updating and changing the anti-cheat system. They've never had one, and the game has been riddled with hackers, as we all know. They are doing that with the intermediate patch. I believe they already implemented it, so that's why anybody who tries to launch their game through an exe file, you can't. You have to launch it through the launcher now. You used to be able to launch it through the exe file. They also said they are going to be working on stuttering and freezes, discovered the fixes for several freeze issues linked to the physics, weapons firing, shaders, players, and AI spawns. Some of the fixes will be added in the intermediate patch. We've already got that in your intermediate patch, and I have seen a difference in the stuttering and freezes. I don't get them all the time. I only get them very little amounts of the time. Let's see. AI discovered and fixed abnormal behavior in several cases. So they're going to go in, and they're already stated that they are fully reworking all of the AI in this next patch. So in 0.9, look for another fully rework of the AI. So AI went from dumb as nails, vegetables, to overpowered, snapshotting you, shooting you through walls, targeting your legs when you're wearing body armor. It's the most annoying thing, because you've got AI, these scavs that will see you from 70, 80 meters away during the dusk time and start plopping you with shots with the shotgun and blacking out your legs from 70, 80 meters with buckshot. They don't even aim for your body armor. Some of the missions that require body armor to be damaged, you have to literally rely on a friend, because the scavs are just going to black out your legs and kill you. They also said they're going to be working on the spawning system and the locations, and level design, which I don't know what they're going to do with level design. Are they increasing the level? Are they making the levels bigger? Are they going to be adjusting them so we're not all spawning on top of each other inside of factory and whatnot? They said they're going to remove spawn selection. They already did that. They said they were going to do it, and then they did it. To ensure randomness and avoid possible on top of each other spawning, because I have spawned on customs literally right on top of a guy and killed him, took a shit, and ran off. Number 5, they're working on netcode. So they're going to do an overall improvement on the netcode, which includes lag spawn, peeker's advantage teleporting, as well as stutter stepping or rubber banding. Optimization, new optimizations coming for Shoreline and Customs. They're almost done. They will be here on 0.9 or maybe earlier. I didn't see anything for the Shoreline update when they did the current intermediate patch in between 0.8 and 0.9. Quests. They did a rework on the quests. They changed the time limit. They got rid of it. That was good because some of those, for like the 3M armor, you had 2 hours to find 3M armor. If you didn't collect them before you start the mission, chances are you aren't going to find all 3 pieces of your 3M armor. I mean, that's just it. They also changed around the implementation of handing items over. Almost all of the missions that require multiple items to hand over, you can now hand in 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 at once. You don't have to wait to have all 10. You can hand over 1 or all of them. Doesn't matter. They also reworked almost all of the quests. So now, with that, you have to turn in dog tags to complete some of the missions. Some of the dog tags that didn't require level now require level 20 or above. They're making the quests harder to take, longer. At the same time, they're making them more annoying. Because I've been playing this game since the very beginning, when it was in an alpha, before it came to closed beta, and I have probably done these damn quests 30 or 40 times. Number 8 in their air quotes, ancient evil code. Bugs being fixed when it comes to inventory lockups, for example. They called it the ancient evil code. They're reworking it. They're getting rid of it. They're rewriting it. That's a good thing. Locations, bugs are being fixed. LODs, absence of physical colliders, etc. Fire rate linked to FPS is being fixed. I don't know how they're going to do that, because your frames per second is going to affect how the game renders how many bullets you put out. Your PC controls your fire rate. I'm just saying, that's almost for every single game. You can have 1,500 rounds a minute, and if you're running at 7 frames or 18 frames or 15 frames like on Arma, your F2000 is not shooting that 1,500 rounds per minute. It's not happening. You're getting like 600 because you're lagging. The game is getting the feedback from you. So I don't know how they're going to fix that. They said they're going to work on it. Who knows? They also are changing with the LODs and the absence of physical colliders. They're working on the map spawn locations where you can run in and jump into a wall and hide in the wall and kill people. They're fixing those constantly. They're changing them. They're reworking them. They're adding the physical colliders to where they overlap each other instead of having a gap. They are working on the physical colliders for having multiple scopes set up. So like right now you can have a hammer and a red dot sight in front of the hammer on the same rail, right? You can stare through your hammer's physical body, not through the lens and where the sight picture is, but through the physical body, and see through the red dot sight. They're working on that, which is great. But yeah, so these are a lot of the things that are coming out for patch 0.9. They also showed some pictures of landmines, and to me it looked like anti-tank mines. So does that mean Tarkov is getting vehicles? I hope not, but at the same time that'd be kind of cool. They didn't look like anti-personnel mines by any means, but that look is the look at some of the new things that are coming to the game. They are also adding noob tubes. That is the biggest thing. It's confirmed. They have the pictures of it. It's right here actually. Here's the noob tube. But yeah, with that, guys, I'm going to be cutting this video off. I hope you guys like the information. If you guys have any concerns or anything like that, shoot a comment down below. Always follow and subscribe, and I appreciate it.